So yesterday I get a notification of the Iranian helicopter going down. And my thoughts were, you know, there's going to be a lot of problems with this. No matter what the case was, it's going to be some problems because you're in a proxy style war with these people. Not us, but just Israel. And they've had rockets going back and forth, and all of a sudden the president and the top general go down a helicopter. Well, things that we need to pay attention to about this crash. And of course the fact that it could have been an accident, it could have been intentional. But let's discuss it all today. Let's jump into it. Today's video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. That does help us stay relevant to this algorithm. It seems like lately we have been held down a little bit, so thank you so very much for commenting below, subscribing, and giving us a thumbs up if you like the content. Now, today, why does this Iranian helicopter situation affect us in America? Here we are, we're trying to just make ends meet. We're trying to go to work on a Monday. Why does this matter? Iran does not like America. It's amazing to me that the Democratic presidents we've had have given money to Iran and they still chant death to America. Also, they are one of the biggest sponsors of Houthi, Hamas, and Hezbollah, the three H's. Now, a few things we got to think about. Does this change Iran's game plan? No, I don't believe it changes it at all. This guy was a mad terrorist and massacred tons of people. So, you know, him being gone is not going to stop because it's down the line kind of thing. It's going to keep on taking place. Their structure will keep on going. The supreme leader's still there, and so for this guy passing, it's not going to change Iran's stance in the world, and they're going to keep on pushing. But why did this helicopter go down? There was rumors circulating. There were several helicopters around this area. They were all going in one place. And this happened to be the one that just struggled to make it in the fog, and it was the one that went down. First, let's talk about the Iranian response. You have, of course, the leadership and the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader. Everybody is just saying they want to pray for this guy. They want to make sure he makes it safe. They're hoping that he will be okay. Then you have the people of Iran that are like literally shooting fireworks, hoping he's dead. Now that's a major swing. What that shows is, like most dictatorships and most countries that are living under persecution, that the leadership and the people are in two totally different spots. I think most nations are getting to that point now. I hate to say that, but most of our countries are getting to where the leadership does not represent the people that it's supposedly representing. I think of America and how crazy sometimes we believe our representatives are supposed to, they're supposed to represent us, and man, they're setting policies to represent themselves. Well, this is no different. So you have the people who are now saying, I'm glad he's gone, or let's hope he's gone. Well, it's confirmed, of course, he has passed away. So now you have the Iranian situation where the people did not even like their leader. So what's going to happen there? That's a lot. Elections are going to take place. They're going to be skewed, of course. But that's a big point of what's going on. Did the Iranians sabotage? Did the people sabotage? Did someone in his guard sabotage? Why did his helicopter go down? Why was it the only one? There's a lot of questions there. So it first starts with Iran's got to make sure that Iran is innocent in this whole situation. And I'll be honest with you, the implications of this could be huge. Now, this is the part that I thought I was like, oh, here we go. When this went down, I said, well, it doesn't matter who did it. The blame is going to be on Israel. The blame is going to be on American intelligence. That proposes a problem because here we are, like I said, we're in election year. We've talked about throwing noodles on the wall, which one sticks. We're just one tiny little fingernail from it just going crazy. And I was thinking, oh, this is it. This could be the reason that everybody goes nuts. Iran, if they did it or not, basically executed their own leader, assassinated their own leader, or something actually happened, it was accidental, or it was sabotage. Either way, I was thinking Israel will get blamed for it. It will turn the whole Middle East towards defending Iran, even though they didn't like Iran. A lot of the big players in the Middle East are not good Iranian friends, especially the bigger players. But now that would turn all the attention towards Israel. Israel's playing bad games. They're sabotaging who is safe. So I was thinking, oh, here we go. This is going to be bad. Could it be Israel? Well, it could be. But now that you start hearing the chants and the fireworks from Iran's people, you're thinking, well, would they actually stand against Israel? Would they blame Israel because they're hoping and praying for a better leader anyway? So it's anxious to see what's going to happen, because now are we going to see implications of 3 terrorist groups that Iran helps fund start hitting towards Israel, because they're going to use this as the excuse to go in and say, oh, we know Israel did it, let's all go in. Sounds familiar to other things that we try to justify by going to war. But if we see that this push is like, well, it wasn't the Iranian people, it was Israel. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It allows them to have the opportunity and the excuse to flood into Israel as a whole. And they'll use Jordan, Turkey, Lebanon. They would help maybe get things there. So we're at a very volatile point in the Middle East. We were already there. We're always there in the Middle East. But then when all of a sudden he goes down, this could be a play, because all of a sudden now is Israel implicated? And now the wonderful question of, well, is America the cause of it? Now, I'll be honest with you, if this was probably a very conservative, stronger administration, I'd actually say it could be. But to be honest with you, Biden is kind of showing favor with the Iranian people, even trying to play both sides with Israel. So I don't think that's the case. But did you hear? I mean, CIA had people in the Congo trying to overthrow a government. It was unsuccessful. Now we have 3 CIA agents down in the Congo. Are we going to get them back? I don't know. You think about all those movies we watch for, like, Mission Impossible, and they're like, well, if you get caught, we disavow you. The question is, are those guys safe, or are they just disavowed? We are good at causing mayhem across the world to set policy. Wrong or right, that's just kind of what we do. That's what most countries do. So now we have the Iranian president goes down in a helicopter. It could be just weather. It could be. But boy, I don't know if it is. And if it is, who cares? They're going to use it to the excuse of, let's use it towards getting a more devoted Muslim leader in Iran. Let's use it to have someone that's more devoted against Israel. Let's use it to the fact of, let's have the excuse to go into Israel. Let's use it to the fact of the hatred of America and how we should be more staunch on our beliefs. They could use this however they want to. So Colby, why are we making this video today? Because the truth does not matter. It's good to find truth, but the implications of them wanting to make an excuse of why the guy died is going to impact us. Because with news and with media, they can spin it however they want to spin it. And if they want to use it to make an excuse to have hatred on a group, to get a new leader in, it's exactly what's going to happen. Remember, most powers, as we're in the Congo right now, and we'll say we're not, America will say they're not in the Congo. 3 agents just got taken because it didn't work, the coup didn't work. There's always nefarious things happening in the world. If I was a leader, I don't know how I could sleep at night, because it seems like everybody's always trying to get to you. But it does not matter what the rumors are. It does not matter what the truth is, because when it comes down to it, they will use it and justify it to the means of their liking. Politicians can use things like this to either hate one group, love one group, terrorize another group, and attack another group. You don't believe it? Watch what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I doubt the Iranians will come out and say, oh yeah, it's just weather, no big deal. If they say that, I'm gonna state the obvious right now. If they say it's a weather event and that the plane just happened to go down and it was completely accident, that means Iran had something to do with it. Their own people had something to do with it, and that's a cover-up. Because this is the leader of their war. I mean, that doesn't just happen. He's going to be on with the best pilot. They would have never flown in crazy times. They would have made sure they were safe. Now, accidents do happen. But in a volatile time when Iran's going through headlines, making all this news and fluff, and all of a sudden the guy just goes down in a plane. So if they claim it's an accident, I believe it's the Iranian people and they want a different leadership, and they're going to use it to either get a more overtly tough dictator, or they're going to use it to have an excuse to go into other places of terrorism. Now, hopefully I would say, well, maybe they're making a change. Maybe it's kind of like the uprising of the 2000s, where you're going to see a new leadership. I'm sorry. As much as I want that, I don't believe the powers that be in Iran or any of these Middle Eastern countries are willing to let go of that power. Now, if all of a sudden they come out and say, studies show it was Israel, studies show that it was America, I doubt it was probably that, because to be honest with you, most of the times our stuff is done secretive. But as I said, does it matter if it's true or not? They're going to use it to their advantage. One thing I want you to realize, just like we talked about with the picture of the president yesterday, sometimes you can't believe what your eyes see or what your ears hear, because we live in a digitized world. I mean, we're talking on a digitized world. You're sitting here in South Mississippi. Well, you're really not. This is not a green screen, but it's beautiful, so it could be. You never know what you're actually seeing and hearing, because our eyes can play tricks on us. Our ears can play tricks on us because of technology. The rumors that we hear, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, because they can use it to manipulate any situation. The point of what I'm trying to say today is, it does not matter what's going on. The thing is, you have to worry about what's affecting you on the day in and day out. Yes, this is important. We need to keep an eye on it. But anytime something like this happens, you start doing some research. You try to seek wisdom. Because if you just come on here and you just take whatever CNN says or whatever ABC says or whatever Fox News say, they're going to spin it and they're going to make you believe whatever they want to make you believe. Same way with any other person. It's like you. I want you to listen to me. I hope that I'm making sense to you. But at the same time, you shouldn't just take my word for it. You should do your own research. Tons of stories about this. Some saying sabotage, some saying accident, some saying it was completely planned, some saying it was it's just fog. The stories will keep coming out, true or not, but it could be an excuse for something bigger. And the thing is, if I was Israel, I would be watching this situation. If I was intelligence in this area, I would be watching the situation, because it does not matter if it's an accident. It could be used to cause more chaos in the Middle East. And that's why we need to take precaution, and we need to look and pay attention. I want to mention one more thing, and then we'll kind of wrap up for the day. It's kind of like this. Biden is putting quote-unquote tariffs on China. He is speaking staunchly, and he's making business deals that is to quote-unquote hurt China. Go back and actually look at the Inflation Reduction Act and things like it. Most of it is funding green energy going back to China. It's literally getting money, billions of dollars of taxpayer money, and actually hurting Medicare, Medicaid expansion and funding more of China. So do you hear what I'm saying? He's talking as if he is putting extra tariffs on China. All the while, the bills that he's passing is actually funding China. You can't believe all the things you hear and see. Pay attention, because when you actually read into some of these stories, you start seeing truth. And that truth will help you be wise in raising your family and making sure you are making wise decisions on the reaction of what's going on. So you hear about the China tariffs, you hear about Biden tough. If you do your research, it's not too tough, is it? That's the point. Don't believe everything you hear and see. Rumors are going to come. Ultimately, they're going to use this for their advantage. They're never going to say, well, this disadvantages us, I guess we'll just go and cry in our corner. They're going to use it to spin it, be political, use their billions, their media, and their capabilities to make you believe exactly what they want to make you believe. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open, but at the same time, you have to do the deep dive and find the information. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless. With the words of a lullaby.